Greetings gamers! We've been playing Secret Neighbour for nearly a month, and we have, so far, been enjoying our experience. But it's not perfect. Hopefully, this review will aid you in your decision before you buy Secret Neighbour. Secret Neighbour is an online multiplayer horror game placed in the same universe as Hello Neighbour, where you and 5 other players are trying to unlock the neighbour's basement. You look around the house finding key cards to gain access to more sections of the house, and keys used to unlock the basement. The catch? One of you is secretly the neighbour. The neighbour wins if he catches all the kids before they unlock and run into the basement, or the timer runs out. First, let's talk about the things we love. We really like the art style, from the cartoon look to the creepy neighbour's giant chin. Lots of thought has gone into interacting with objects and the different things you can do around the house, like put a chair in front of a door, hide in a closet and peek through the keyhole, just to name a few. The tension and paranoia that builds up as the game goes on, sowing distrust among your friends every round you play. Do you go on alone, trying to find the keys yourself? Or do you group up, hoping your numbers can overpower the neighbour when he reveals himself? I say overpower, but the only defences the kids have is run for your lives, or throw enough objects at the neighbour, causing him to respawn. Unless, of course, you're lucky enough to find or build a toy gun which will force him to respawn with one shot. If the neighbour manages to catch a player, other players only have just around 6 seconds to throw an object at the neighbour, causing him to drop the player. So usually it's just best to run, as your speed is your advantage over the bigger, slower neighbour. Although, saying that, we found that you can transform back to a kid to keep up, which kind of breaks the game. I feel the devs need to add a cooling off period. Now, the game uses an in-game chat system that works on proximity, so you won't be able to hear someone scream if they're on the other side of the house. This adds to the tension and can be a great tool for the neighbour picking you off one by one. However, we have had some issues with the servers, being busy at times, so it hasn't always been great, but most of the time it works fine. Secret Neighbour is best played with 4 to 6 friends. However, we still had some tense and entertaining games even with 3. You do have the option to play with 2 players, but this seems pointless as straight away from the start you know who the neighbour is. Don't have 4 to 6 friends? Then you can make use of the random matchmaking. But it just ends up being a free-for-all with no teamwork, so it's really best played with friends. You can pick from 6 characters with different abilities to aid you toward victory, but we often forgot about these abilities and found we didn't need them once we got good at the game. And currently, you can also pick from 2 neighbours with different abilities, but it's a shame you can't mix and match these abilities, which moves us on to cosmetics. There is a shop in the game where you can buy cosmetics using the coins you gather each round, or real money for more detailed cosmetics. But it's not always obvious what you're spending your in-game currency or real money on. Once I thought I was purchasing a new neighbour with new abilities, but it just turned out to be a new costume. And the kids' clothing isn't always obvious which character it goes for. It's just unclear and could do with improving. Which brings me to the point of paid cosmetics. I don't think a paid game should have paid cosmetics. Either it's a free-to-play game with in-game purchases, or you pay for the game with the cosmetics being free and achievable. I mean, look how many games you'd have to play to get the coins for this costume. Which brings me on to my next point, the lifespan of the game. As I said, we've been playing for almost a month, and it's been great fun. But I can't see it keeping us invested for long, unless the developers add more content. There are currently only 2 maps, which is just the house with different layouts. There is supposed to be a map editor coming soon, but we'll have to wait and see what it's like. Currently, the game is going for £15.49 on Steam. Is it worth that? In my opinion, no. It's a fun game to play with friends, but it was difficult to get my friends on board for that price. We ended up buying it in a Steam sale for £7.74, and we can all agree it was money well spent. And the game does keep bringing us back for girlish screams and terrifying jump scares. So, do we recommend it? Well, yes, but just not at the full price. Thanks for watching our review. If you're still unsure, why not check out some of our gameplay? If you like the video, please consider subscribing. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on Secret Neighbour. Hopefully, this review will aid you in your decision before paying for a game that you don't want and just get really fed up and annoyed at everything and spending money.